And I'll close the garage. Go ahead and tune, Ella. Can we get tuned? Yes.
Yeah.
So you'll be the fiddler with this one, yes?
Yeah. I'm not even
Actually, we're doing some Baroque dancing on Friday morning of Fiddle Faddle, so we might ask you to play your Gavotte for the steps.
Yay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good thing.
Well. work on the memorization. So that's very solid, nice. It's about 95% absolutely in tune, which is great. I mean, there is always room to improve. Yes, yeah. Now, the thing that bothers me somewhat is that um, everything sounds kind of light, but not special effect light, but malnourished light. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sort of.
So when we want to play piano or in a light fashion, um, there's always character that is involved. There's always something special that we want to say with that. So light playing is actually can be incredibly expressive. Now, when it's just light playing because we wouldn't or cannot play loud, then that's when it sounds undernourished. So I want you to have light that sounds purposeful, and then contrast that is not so light, but you get deeper into the string. Like for example, the last time you played the refrain was absolutely great with the bow deep in the string and just big presence. Do you understand where I'm getting with this, and how I would like you to try to think about it? Mm-hmm. Would you like to play that one more time with these things in mind? Is your awareness all the time on what you're doing?
I kind of zone out in the middle, which I'm not very.
For how long do you zone out?
Not that. Like I just do it in sections. Like I zone out and like when in things I think I know usually.
Oh.
So like when there's something important. Like,
so you're basically playing on autopilot when you get to things that you're comfortable with without. That's not a good thing. You need to keep your awareness there because you need to keep infusing the music with meaning. It's not just playing the notes. It needs the operator to be in place for that. So let's do the following thing. We will stop in between the different sections, and when you finish a section, I would like you to take a few seconds to just make a mental plan about the character and the sound that you want to be your basic thing in the next section, and just put a lot of artistry in it, so nothing is just casual and by default. Okay, stop. And even though it's a repeat, not two things repeat exactly the same way in music, so you need to do something different. Okay, stop it. Now let's think what the next thing is going to be. That was nice. Within 2-3 bars of it, it started sounding with that piano that I was telling you about. Was that when your awareness started wandering?
I like wandered for like 2 seconds, and then I heard it, and I like whoa.
Ooh, okay, good. Now, can you do that episode one more time, and we will go on. emotionally, mentally, you're there. I think that in general you could use more vibrato on that. Would you like to do this the refrain one more time with just more exuberant playing?
Wait, that's not the section.
No, this is actually it could be a different section. So get there mentally though. Can you play even more with greater contrast, for the lack of better language, right now? Can we start there one more time and just tease us with this entrance? Just imagine that it's one of the cats. I think it's more of a Lenny character. This one coming in, just. And careful with how you're bringing out the beat, because it sounds a little bit like somebody has told you should show the beats and not the slurs, which we know that we talked about that. So can you make it more organic, more natural? So. Is it the string crossing that causes that huskiness for a fraction of? It's like the line doesn't continue. It runs out of steam. So. Good. Now, how many characters do we have in this section? So here's these are technically two characters. One is the singing one that is in the détaché right there. Then we have the dialogue, and then we have it's technically one character from. Then again we have the dialogue. Different characters. So can you somehow show the personalities of these different heroes who are entering our play? This one is hiccuping a little bit. Can we get rid of the hiccups? So, are you okay?
Yeah.
You sure? Ella, is your index finger contacting the string properly? So the sound is even and beautiful. Right now we have a lot of emergency disappearances. It's a little bit like what the bow is giving you by default instead of you getting the default sound of the violin. Do you understand what I'm? So. Could be doing slow motion, but with full beautiful tone, healthy, not undernourished. Right, great. Now let's do the same thing with half of the tension. Now let's do it at a medium tempo. Same thing. Medium tempo, that means you can da 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 da. Yeah, keep it clean. One more time. Yeah, but the bow somehow is missing the exact location. I hear other strings. I hear unclean starts. So there's something about the bow strokes that needs to be much cleaner. So if you're starting on the D string, this one instead of having those ticks around, you want to play pure with pure tone. So do you see how on every single stroke my tone is healthy? Do you hear that and do you see? So including the ones that involve string crossings. Can you do the same thing? That we don't hear the F sharp. Yes, and then when you start on the D string, you're going. It needs to be right away with tone. Yeah, even more because it's the first note of the stroke. I hear your bow hitting the A string. I hear this high pitched thing that comes when the bow is not clearly on one string. So center it on one string and get deep into the string. Yeah. So that deep thing, it's like a ball of fire. It's like a point of departure, and then there's the tail. So it's not like that throughout the three notes. It's so more on the first note. Yeah, and allow yourself time-wise to linger a little bit on the G sharp. Do you hear how I'm stretching it ever so slightly for emphasis? Your tone is not pure on the beginning of the down bow stroke when you start with G sharp. So you need to have good contact and right. Now can we go back? Yes, it's smiling now. Just now sounds really good. Now, can we put all of this in the context of the three different characters that we had? Try to stay physically relaxed as you're doing this. Yeah, you checked out. Can we take it from there? Can we take it from there, please? Yeah. So this is the place where you start checking out. And I understand it's a little bit boring because you have the drone, E string, and so on. Can you infuse it with some enthusiasm as you're playing? This is good music you're playing. Right. And now just bridge. Can it be much more? What am I trying to express with this? It just needs to be with so much more joy, and it's like you're given a carte blanche to really play very loud on very dissonant intervals, which is like being a bad brat or something for. Because instead of playing politely and beautifully, you're actually really letting loose on things that are very. So can you do something that's more appropriate to the music? Yes, and when you do that, then it really makes musical sense to play in this very pompous way the return of the tune. Can we do just the entire bit one more time from? Now, think for a moment. Whoa, 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 whoa. So we're having some coordination and evenness issues. I like the tone. Let's coordinate well. The tone is great. Okay, Ella, your rhythm is making me very uncomfortable. let's think for a moment. What is causing the unevenness? First of all, is it intentional or is it unintentional? Okay. Now, do you want feedback about what is uneven from me, or do you know what it is? Yeah, just that section. That's the section we're talking about. But do you know the specific places and what causes the unevenness? When you switch between separate and slurred, that's when it gets your slurred are not with the same evenness as your separate bows, and vice versa. So in other words, when we switch bow strokes, we should not change the tempo. See, that's your slur is already in a different tempo. Yeah, it slows down. Your slur is much slower, and it's slower at the wrong time. Because you're going. You're taking a lot of time between the second and the third note of the slur. That what makes it sound labored. Now, in real life, you can elongate the first note of the slur, but then you shouldn't slow down the other two. Otherwise, sound familiar? With don't slow down on those notes. Slow down at the beginning of the slur, then you recover. Yeah, same thing here. You can take more time on the first note of the slur and then just recover on the next two. I know physically this is. So not in the separate notes. So you need to get. Hello. Do we need to stop? Are you sure? Now, what are lessons for?
To help me
No, you have to help yourself learn. I can only tell you what I'm hearing. Okay? And if you're not of the right mindset when coming to me for lessons, we're not going to go anywhere. It's very frustrating for me to, try to show you something when you're not receptive to it. So, more time on the first note of the slur, and then you need to get quicker to the third string. You can slow down a little bit, but you have to do it in a more musical way. It shouldn't sound like emergency rubato, and right now it does because it takes time to get there. Can we use the music because we need to talk at some things here. So I'll let you find the right places.
I won't turn it on the screen, however, and I asked her to turn it off so I can access my music. Hey, I can. I don't know.
Okay, let's try to do it by memory then. So all of these timing things that we're talking about, they're like 3%. not 20 or 50% of the beat. They're tiny inflections.
Just
So let's see if we can do it in a more tasteful, more controlled way. And then let's try to maintain a very even tempo. So when it comes time to expand the difficult place, it doesn't feel like we have to put on the emergency brakes on that. Let me see if I have the music here. No, I think this, I put those in my office. Oh, okay, no. It's here. In comparison to the other sonatas, the third partition is so tiny. So, this is an issue, and this is an issue. You're not getting in time to the third note, the third string. So you simply need to get there a little bit quicker. Why am I doing this?
Maybe it helps make it go faster if you move your arm.
It's this scooping motion that you need to do in order to get into that. So could we start right on that and see if you can control better your string crossing? Great. So you're actually allowed to take more time, therefore more bow on the first notes. And so this is a scooping thing with 3 strings. Here we have only 2 strings, so you have to be ready for this. Can we start right with this so you can figure out the... Yes. Yes. So it's not that difficult. You just have to be ready for it on the getting out of here. So can we try from here one more time? But that's I don't like that either. So let's not get stuck at the tip for this. So where am I doing the string crossing for the A and the G strings? It's about here. Can you distribute your bow in a similar fashion? Yes, so the first one was grand, it was fantastic, and then the second one, what happened? You tell me.
Slowed down.
It slowed down for the third note. So can you do the same thing on the lower set of strings? Okay, and now our phrase needs to breathe more. Because it sounds like the bellows of an organ. You know that people refer to the organ like the monster that never breathes.
I didn't know.
Yeah, and that's why if you listen to bad organist play, it's very annoying because you just there's no place to take a breath while you listen to that because there's a constant sound all the time. We need to breathe. We need to play as if you're singers. So where are the natural places to breathe?
After the slurs.
No. We'll be looking at the lengths of the phrases. That's the first thing to establish. So where does the first phrase begin? Right here. Right here. Where does it end? Okay, so it kind of rhymes with the first one. Then how long does that go? Right. Okay, and then where's the next breathing place? No, I wouldn't say so. I would say it goes all the way to here, right? But this then is a new thing. So you need to close the phrase here. You cannot have a run-on sentence. You need some sort of punctuation right here. Where's the next breathing place? Remember, this is a gavotte, so none of the breathing places are going to be on the bar line. It's always in the middle of the measure. Exactly. You need to do that. Then where's the next one? It's where the sequence begins. So it's here. So they're basically two bar interjections, right? So can you do that in a more aware, self-aware way? It was better because now you understood the punctuation in that. You don't always have to take extra time for this. Sometimes it's enough not to come in early, to come on time, but with different sounds. Like a different person or a different singer is coming in. Do you want to try that? Do you need to stop and think where you're going to do it and how you're going to do it?
Maybe.
That's a good answer. I like that answer very much. Great. Don't slow down so much on the cadence. Yes, it was. That's too much time. Yes, so save a little bit more bone on the G and the yes, and then yes, exactly. So that's much more convincing. I think. Do you feel better about it like that? Okay. Now let's give you one more chance to keep that awareness. No, Ella, it's a good thing because if you've done it once, there is no guarantee that you will be able to conjure it back again. Just think about playing on autopilot is the worst way of playing something. And I know what you're going through because when I was your age, I think I've played like that all the time. Do you know how I know that? Because I had to relearn Symphony Espanol, and the things that I have learned, the movements at your age, I just started playing it out. I have no idea how I got from the first note to the last note of the piece, and yet I would play the whole thing, and I'd have no idea, and it all would go on autopilot, and yeah. So you have to be aware of what you're playing. You have to be present. Mm-hmm. Now, can we do from here one more time? Train your awareness to be in place. Some things are getting better. For others, I think I'm just getting used to what you're playing, and I kind of just say, okay, let it go, let it go, let it go. But it's not enough, Ella. Now, when you do the shifting here, is it really that difficult to shift back and forth between the first and third position? it sounds as if it's the hardest thing in the world. You know, the kids how they struggle in Vivaldi A minor when they get to. It's when they get to that particular scale, because wow, they have to be in third position and then shift, and it's a very easy scale to play. So it sounds like you're sort of crashing the same way. You're such good player with so much skill. So do you know the rhythm of your shift? So. So I would start with the second segment, the second portion of this, because it's shifting on the down bow, right? You're doing 3-2 3-2 here. Can you show me that? Right. And now. Oh, you're doing a different shifting. Okay, so the shift. Okay. Even better. I thought you were doing the difficult one, and that's why you were tripping there. But there's nothing difficult about this. Well, then, yes, and now. Yes, I would like you to try being much stronger on the dissonant note here, because that initiates the harmonically this cadence. You need to start at the beginning of. Yes, that makes more musical sense. Go on now. Yeah, can it be with a little bit more enthusiasm, more tone? Just yes. I know that you have to travel in a part of the bow, but can you do it without it sounding like you're swinging? And it has to be nice and healthy, not undernourished. The whole thing might be a little bit faster than you can play. So let's try that one more time. And now, what is the character that you want to portray? And are you portraying it with every note you play? nice. What were you thinking? What character were you thinking?
Just like a strong, sort of confident.
Yeah, almost defiant.
Yeah.
You know, I need to get in that character every time I cross 23rd Street, which I do quite a lot, and I shouldn't be doing it. But that's absolutely right. It's the best you've played it. Can you do it one more time with that awareness? And, yes.
I didn't put some on before.
Show me. Where's that down?
I think
No, there's the down.
oh, right here. No?
It sounds very awkward. Try one more time.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one. Is that the bowing that I have given you in your music? We can't get to that file, right? Huh?
I think we. Maybe. Is that turn on? I'll leave it right there.
Yeah, just down is just not. If you're going to do this, it has to be with less of a break.
Let's see if I can find it. What the heck? My mom said she turned it off, but I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try, but I'll do that.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's separate.
that down, just separate, yes. Yes, and now this is another breathing point there. So we can take a little bit more time and just do you also hear the stylization there? That happens, which infuses a little bit more excitement in this. You can copy that and do it. Can we try one more time just better? So again, your bow has to be on the string and playing on the correct string. Okay, or can it be in tune? The strokes are gorgeous, but they need to be in tune. Great. Now, can you do it in time? Better tempo. Okay, it was really good until
Yeah.
yes. So can we start from there? Yeah, put some vibrato on the top. So, and it's okay for the bow to remain alone on the top. Yeah, can for this chord, no, you need to cue yourself lower on the bow. So, okay. Now, but we're undoing other things. Please hear me out before you play. If you're staying alone on the top, that finger should be down from the beginning of the chord. So the transition to it is a little bit more smooth. This right now here. So yes, and the strong point of this is the D, not the bass. The yada down, yada down. But you're again flopping the finger has to be down together with the rest. Yes, so with the bow then vibrato on the G. Ella, do you have to drop the finger and then vibrate? Can't you just... can we do just... do you see what I'm showing? You didn't see. Or if you didn't see, okay, show me. No, that's not it. Ah, that's more like... Right. So that's the... okay, and now the next one. Without slowing that much down. There's going to be a little bit of an expansion, like 2%. Yeah, what do you need to do for this to work?
I need to make sure my fingers are on the right strings and my bows are on the right strings and supinate.
Your fingers are on the right string, you're not supinating enough, that's why, yeah. Is that the reflex in the left hand is behind the bow. Where is that the most obvious? When their bow changes. So can you anticipate a little bit in the left hand? On the long slurs, that worked.
Mm-hmm.
On the section before that, you lost your focus. Ella, have you analyzed technically what happens in this passage? So we have a lifting of the finger.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming back with it, and then again lifting, and again coming back. And then this is where you need that fast reflex on the... So can we try from... just... so you need to get off the B soon. So you can do just... but then the reflex is not right. That's better. Keep going. Ella, please vibrate. Ah! Keep the tempo. So that final one can be with much more narrow vibrato and more final, just with better taste. Right. You're the one performing in 10 days. So it has to come from you. I can show you things, but if you're not doing them, what's the point? Are we just sitting there in the hall thinking, oh gosh, with whom does this girl study? Why nobody showed her anything? Please. I just hope that no students of mine make me feel that way when they perform. You understand what that means? It puts the responsibility on you to do the things that happen, because I can show you, but unless you do it, no point of doing any of that. So you have time to incorporate those things. I know you're bored and so on. I can't do anything about it. This is what learning music and performing a piece of music comes to. There's a point of a place when you have to repeat, you have to focus yourself and make sure that you're present the whole time, so the performance can happen successfully. Now, if we have no access to your music, how are we going to work on the other parts?
I can check again. She said she turned it off, but it's not working.
Do we need to call her?
So I just restarted it and it still doesn't work. Works on my phone, but I don't have my music on my phone.
I don't have printouts of any. Actually, I have Britain. I don't have Death in the Maiden printed out here though. How is your other Schubert? The cello quintet? Yeah.
It's going okay.
Have you listened to the piece?
I have.
Which is your favorite recording of that?
I don't really listen to many. I need to listen to more. I've listened to like, I forget what they're called. I don't know.
Can you look it up on your phone?
Of the
Hi, Annabeth.
What is it that Ellen needs that she doesn't have?
Well, we cannot get to the files on her tablet for her music.
Well, remember when I told you that you were supposed to print out every piece of music and always have it with you, even if you had your tablet? Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Do you remember that conversation? This is a perfect example of why. I'm sorry that it's not working. You know, I tried to take off the parental controls. I don't know what else to do. Did you bring your music with you, or you only brought your iPad, obviously?
Do you have it printed out at home?
yes.
She does.
And
I don't know how to change it back. I don't know what. Did you try restarting it?
Yes.
yeah, she did. Yeah. Can you restart it again? And I don't have an iPad here or ever, and the files are on my computer.
Well, I have all the files, but I don't know. I turned off